Hello and welcome to this week's Political Stock Exchange. What impact will the AIADMK-BJP alliance have on the political fortunes of different parties in the 2026 assembly elections in this crucial South Indian battleground state? That's my top focus on the news show.
After show of strength, EPS flexes muscle in Tamil Nadu. Can EPS lead alliance effectively? Will AIADMK-BJP dent DMK? Who is the preferred Chief Minister choice? The Tamil Nadu Sentiment Tracker. That is our political stock exchange.
Political temperatures are soaring in Tamil Nadu. Days after the BJP and the AIADMK finalized the alliance for the upcoming assembly elections, Palaniswami has set the cat amongst the pigeons by declaring that there will be no coalition government in the state. Over the next hour, we will decode the impact of the BJP-AIADMK alliance on Tamil Nadu politics. But first up, here's a look at all that's been buzzing in battleground Tamil Nadu.
From a show of strength,
हम साथ में सरकार बनाएंगे, हम चुनाव एड़ापाड़ी जी के नेतृत्व में लड़ेंगे।
अगर जीतेंगे तो भाजपा के जो एमएलए ना मंत्री बनेंगे, क्या पूछ रहे?
वो हम जीतने के बाद तय करेंगे। मैं कोई कंफ्यूजन छोड़ना नहीं चाहता।
to a muscle flex.
கூட்டணி அரசுன்னு சொல்லவே இல்லை. நீங்க தப்பா புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு ஏதோ அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம் பாரதிய ஜனதா கூட்டணி ஆட்சி அமைக்கும். டெல்லிக்கு மாண்புமிகு பிரதமர் மோடி அவர்கள் தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு என்னுடைய பெயரை சொல்லி சொன்னார்.
The BJP-AIADMK realignment in Tamil Nadu seems to be having some starting trouble. After former Chief Minister Palaniswami, other AIADMK netas have also declared there will be no power sharing with the BJP if the NDA is voted to power in 2026.
2006 ஒரு நிலைமை ஏற்பட்டது. திமுக 93 சீட்டு தான். அவருக்கு மெஜாரிட்டி கிடைக்கல. பிரணாப் முகர்ஜி இங்க வந்தார். காங்கிரஸ் கூட்டணியில் சேர்த்த வேண்டும் என்று அப்ப கோரிக்கை வைத்தார். அப்படி என்ன சொன்னார் கருணாநிதி அவர்கள்? கூட்டணி வைத்தால் நான் முதலமைச்சர் பதவி வைக்க மாட்டேன். இதை சொல்லுங்கள் சோனியா காந்தியிடம். வருகின்ற 2026 எடப்பாடி பழனிசாமி தனியாகத்தான் ஆட்சி அமைப்பார் தவிர கூட்டணி என்பதற்கு இடமே கிடையாது. தமிழகத்தில் இதுவரை கூட்டணி ஆட்சி வந்ததும் கிடையாது, இனிமேல் வரப்போவதும் கிடையாது.
All our leaders said is EPS will lead the alliance in Tamil Nadu and the willing parties are there to come and join with this leadership and the direction. The first party to join so is BJP and many more parties are likely to come.
Despite AIADMK's aggressive posturing, the BJP is playing it cool.
நேற்றைய தினம் நமது உள்துறை அமைச்சர் அமித்ஷா அவர்கள் இந்திய கூட்டணியை அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க. மதிப்புக்குரிய அதிமுக பொதுச் செயலாளரான EPS அவர்கள் இணைந்து அந்த பிரஸ் மீட்ல சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. ஆனால் EPS அவருடைய தலைமையிலே NDA கூட்டணி செயல்படும்.
The divergent views of the NDA allies has given some ammunition to the DMK.
There won't be any BJP-AIADMK alliance government. That is a well-known fact because what the BJP is doing is performing anti-Tamil activities. They are against the Tamils. They are against everything.
Meanwhile, DMK boss and Chief Minister M.K. Stalin continues to escalate his fight against the centre. In the latest, he has fired a fresh salvo against Home Minister Amit Shah.
நீங்க ஏற்படுத்துகிற தடைகளை எல்லாம் ஒவ்வொன்றா சட்டபூர்வமா உடைச்செறிவோம். ஒன்றிய உள்துறை அமைச்சர் அமித்ஷா அவர்கள் சொல்றாரு, நாங்க 2026 நாங்க தான் ஆட்சி அமைப்போம், நாடாளுமன்றத்தில் பேசுறாரு. டெல்லியின் ஆளுகைக்கு தமிழ்நாடு என்றைக்கும் அடிபணியாது. மற்ற மாநிலங்களில் போய் அங்கே உள்ள கட்சிகளை உடைச்சு ரைடு மூலமா மிரட்டி ஆட்சி அமைக்கிற உங்க ஃபார்முலா எங்க தமிழ்நாட்டில் வேலைக்காகாது. எங்க தமிழ்நாடு எப்பவுமே டெல்லிக்கு அவுட் ஆஃப் கண்ட்ரோல் தான்.
New alliances, old political rivals, and a state heading to polls. State of war Tamil Nadu is hotting up. Bureau Report, India Today.
The big political story this week, the rapprochement between the AIADMK and the BJP in Tamil Nadu, the alliance of the NDA back again in this crucial southern state due for elections in April, May next year. What are voters in Tamil Nadu thinking of the AIADMK-BJP alliance? For perspective on this, we commissioned C Voter to ask a bunch of tracking questions on voter perception around different things to do with this alliance and its consequential impact on Tamil Nadu politics. To talk about the results, I'm joined on this broadcast by Narayanan Tirupati. He's the spokesperson of the BJP in Tamil Nadu, also the state vice president. We have Kovai Satyan, spokesperson of the AIADMK. Salem Dharanidharan is a spokesperson of the DMK. I have Sumant Raman, well-known political commentator and analyst. T.S. Sudhir joins us, again a well-known political commentator and analyst. And I have Yashwant Deshmukh, the founder director at C Voter. So I have a whole bunch of questions. Let me dive straight to the first. How likely do you think the AIADMK-BJP alliance will be able to defeat the DMK-led alliance in the 2026 Tamil Nadu Assembly elections? Can the AIADMK-DMK alliance beat the DMK-led alliance? That's the question. So if you look at the number of people who say this is very likely to happen, 37%, 37.7, almost 38% of the respondents say this is very likely to happen. Somewhat likely is 12% of the overall respondents. Somewhat unlikely is 7.8% of the respondents. 33.7% of the respondents, which is almost 34%, say it's very unlikely. And about 9% of the respondents are confused. They can't say. So really the big numbers are very likely, which is 38, very unlikely, which is 34, so a 4% gap, but 9% undecided, and then you've got some who think it is somewhat likely, which is 12, and somewhat unlikely, which is 8, which can switch on both sides. But what this means is, and this is essentially why Kovai Satyan would be smiling and why Salem Dharanidharan would be concerned, is because this, if you compare this with the data we had earlier, where the DMK seemed to be in the lead, for the first time it seems, T.S. Sudhir, that you've got in the first response, and I'll have many more questions and answers in just a moment. In the first response, it seems voters seem to appreciate the significance of this realignment in Tamil Nadu politics.
Absolutely. I think on paper, the NDA definitely looks very strong. Also factor in that there will be severe anti-incumbency. There is severe anti-incumbency against the DMK, like it would happen with any government which has been in power for the last 4 years. So that will definitely be a factor that would help the NDA. The fact that the two have come together, they did reasonably well after 5 years of anti-incumbency of the AIADMK in 2021, even though they lost power. It didn't translate into number of seats, but in vote share, it was not so bad. 1 in every 3 voters voting for the alliance was not so bad. So that would bring some comfort. But the real challenge would be how would this synergy again translate in 2026 into votes, given the fact that they had a bitter parting in 2023. We haven't seen a honeymoon period taking place after a remarriage of the same partners. So will that happen now? And there is a certain unease definitely in this alliance. The fact that Palaniswami a few days after Amit Shah's press conference in Chennai went on to say that it won't be a coalition government, basically to say that that's something which will be decided later. That's something which Amit Shah had also kind of hinted at during his press conference. But the fact that Palaniswami said it in so many words conveys a sense of unease that is there in this alliance. And that is something which both parties will have to sort out over the next 1 year. Palaniswami, of course, has been given the leadership.
No, but doesn't that confuse the voters? Because if he says you're part of the alliance, but they won't be part of our governance architecture, what's the message he's sending out to voters?
Well, Tamil Nadu has always had that arrangement. See, even in the India bloc, the Congress party, which has been fighting the election along with the DMK, has never been part of the DMK Sarkar whenever it has come to power in Tamil Nadu. So that has been an arrangement which has been there in place in Tamil Nadu for the past many elections, past many years. So that wouldn't surprise. But given the fact that Amit Shah had said that it will be a military Sarkar in 2026 if the NDA comes to power, and Palaniswami saying that no, it won't be, that seems to indicate the unease. And both Nayanar Nagendran, who comes from the AIADMK alumni and now heads the BJP in Tamil Nadu, and Edappadi Palaniswami have exactly 1 year to iron out all these differences so that they look like one concrete block when they go to the people in 2026.
Okay, how do you perceive Edappadi Palaniswami as the leader of the AIADMK-BJP alliance for the 2026 elections? Very effective, capable of leading the alliance to victory. I'm going to focus more on the overall total numbers because those are what matter most. Say 32% of the respondents. Moderately effective, faces challenges is 21% of the respondents. Moderately ineffective, lacks strong appeal, say 16% of the respondents. Very ineffective, vulnerable as the alliance leader, say 24%. Can't say is about 8 odd percent. The big number there is 32% saying he's likely to be very effective and is capable of leading the alliance to victory. What this shows, Yashwant Deshmukh, is that people seem to have a good memory of Palaniswami's time as Chief Minister, and unlike say a Paneer Selvam or somebody else, they seem to have the opinion, at least 32% of them do, that he is quite capable of leading this alliance to victory. That's not a negative vote at all. It seems to be a strong affirmation, in fact.
Exactly, Rahul. And in fact, in our tracker, our last Tamil Nadu poll and this poll, the big difference, as you mentioned in your opening remarks, seems to be the clarity which is coming, at least for the opposition rank and file, without any alliance between AIADMK and the BJP. And BJP, mind you, was going very, very aggressive under Annamalai's leadership, and they had taken their vote share to a substantial jump in the last Lok Sabha election. I guess that what the data now is suggesting that there is a certain a very critical mass of anti-incumbent vote in Tamil Nadu, which was either silent or going haywire because of lack of a cohesive alternative. But with this announcement, it seems that at least the anti-DMK vote is getting polarized in a much substantial way, because when you look into the NDA voters' emotion and AIADMK voters' sentiments, they are literally going in sync. There is not.
No, but
much
is this a negative for the TVK, the new party of Vijay? Because in your last poll, he was at 18% approval ratings for the next chief minister. Does this lead potentially to a consolidation of the anti-DMK vote?
That remains to be seen, because he is still in the popularity numbers. His numbers are coming somewhere ranging between 15 to 20%. He's like going up and down. But it remains to be seen whether he can hold on to those numbers, or and if those numbers are coming from the AIADMK side or DMK side, and if at all Rahul at some point of time he decides to join the bandwagon of the opposition, if this gains momentum in some kind of form. So that's an open area to consolidate and look into. But yes, this alliance at least brings clarity to the opposition rank and file, particularly from the old AIADMK support base as well as the new BJP support base. And it seems that it is organically sinking, at least in the cadre and the supporters.
Okay. In the absence of Jayalalitha's leadership, how capable do you believe the AIADMK-BJP alliance is of challenging the DMK-led government in the assembly election? 35.5% say very capable, somewhat capable is 19%, not capable at all is 35%, and 10% say they're not sure. So basically it's 36% saying very capable and 35% saying not capable at all. So Mr. Tirupati, it seems from the data that together you are doing better than you were doing when you were fighting separately, but it is not as if the NDA alliance has hit the ball out of the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium.
No, still there is one more year, and the anti-incumbency or the failure of the DMK government is going to become more and more and more, because the deteriorating law and order, and also the misgovernance, the loots by the DMK government, the huge corruption by the DMK government, all these things, in fact, it is not only, over the Sinnasamy Stadium, it will cross many states. That is going to happen. So we have only one thing in common, Rahul, that the DMK government should be voted out of power because people are really upset with the way the DMK is performing. And definitely people are very upset. And that is a very, very important reason. That is our main goal, that we have to uproot the DMK and both the AIADMK and the BJP. We are very much, happy that we have joined together. We have got enough
Sumant
time.
Raman, you were on the show when we had the last conversation, that is prior to this AIADMK-BJP alliance. One thing that Mr. Tirupati says, which may have some logic, is that if this is how much the tide has turned at the mere announcement of the alliance, as more time wears on, the message could go deeper in Tamil Nadu society and the alliance could do better. The converse to that is that more and more differences may also come to the fore between Palaniswami and the BJP, which could make the alliance look more unwieldy. So both things can happen.
Rahul, first of all, we are 11 months ahead of an election. So making any predictions at this stage will be a little foolhardy. Having said that, I'm, having spoken to leaders from both sides, there are not going to be any major differences between the two parties until the 2026 election. Look, off the record, Mr. Palaniswami knows very well, if the AIADMK does not get a majority on its own, he will have to form a coalition government. He is reconciled to it. Obviously, he can't say it out now because it makes him look extremely weak in a state where coalition governments have been taboo. So the DMK even now is not for one moment talking of any power sharing arrangement with its alliance partners. So the AIADMK cannot acknowledge openly, even until the election results are out, saying that they are willing for a coalition government. But that is the de facto position on the ground. So look, if this alliance is actually going to work on the ground, the AIADMK is expected to contest around 150 to 160 seats, not more than that at any rate. And there are more parties. For instance, Mr. Dinakaran's party is now part of the NDA. So they are going to be there. PMK is going to be there. DMDK is likely to be there. So this is a huge alliance. This is a mega alliance. And if the AIADMK contests 150 to 160 seats max, there's no way they're going to get 117. So it's very likely, unless there is a complete wave which wipes out the DMK like what we saw in 2011, unless that happens, which at this point of time I don't see happening. What is likely to happen is Tamil Nadu is very likely to get a coalition government. Now, how many parties would be part of the coalition? How accommodative?
No, but what do you make of Palaniswamy saying that BJP is there in the alliance, but it won't be part of government?
He has to say it now, because saying that he is ready for a coalition government now makes him look awfully weak. On the one side, you have Mr. Stalin saying that the DMK will never, share power with people. And here, if you have an AIADMK leader who's saying, no, we are ready for coalition, please come and join us. Though practically off the record, and I can tell you this with some authority, that the AIADMK is reconciled to the fact that they may have to form a coalition government after the election. Right now, everyone in this alliance at the moment appears to be focused on winning the election. And I think that both Mr. Amit Shah and Mr. Edappadi were sort of forthright on, we will discuss the issue of forming a government after the election. The question of an alliance or featuring in the government would be discussed after the election. So I think that factually that is the position. One very important part. Right now, the momentum is sort of shifting towards this alliance. So I can see where these numbers are possibly right. But of course, like we said, 11 months is a long time.
Okay. And Salim, two experts have basically made the same point, that if this is how much of an impact can be seen at the mere announcement of the alliance as time wears on, and given that there is anti-incumbency which the DMK alliance the government faces at this time, that this could become much worse as the months wear on. How concerned are you about the new alliance that's been announced?
See, I am not concerned about the new alliance because we are very confident that we are going to have very good governance, which is the reason why we won the 2019 elections, 2021 elections, 2022 elections, and 2025 elections. The last 30 years, it never happened that two consecutive parliament elections, the ruling party has swept. Right? This never happened. And again, people of Tamil Nadu also know that voting for AIADMK means voting for BJP. We saw how Amit Shah treated Mr. Palaniswami. And voting for BJP means that it is anti-Tamil Nadu interest, anti-state interest. So you may say whatever with the poll numbers, but in any poll, I really need to know what is your sample set. Who are those sample set? Any sample set less than 8% doesn't mean anything. Whoever studied basics of statistics would understand. That is why I told most national channels, even during the union government election exit poll, I said I don't take exit polls seriously because statistically they are absolutely irrelevant. Right? Tamil Nadu is now a beacon of hope for India, for state rights, for Indian democracy, Indian secularism. Example for that is a verdict that my chief minister delivered for all the Indian states against governors' excesses, which is also the present prime minister's wish, because the present prime minister in 2013 said the union governments are ruling using the governors, parallel governments are run. Who got his wish fulfilled? My chief minister, right? Again, what did the Prime Minister Modi said? Are we beggars? When he was Chief Minister of Gujarat, he said, are we beggars to beg from the union government? Now, all the states will have to beg from the union government. BJP is not giving us any money whatsoever.
Satya, the fact is that there is in Punjab, there is a anti-BJP sentiment that is sought to be created by the local Dravidian parties, and the AIADMK was also during the Lok Sabha elections and after that a part of that. Now that you're trying to tie up with the BJP, which has been announced formally, all these pent up angst about, oh, the BJP is a North Indian Hindi party which will impose on Tamil culture, that will now impact you. That's the point the DMK is making. That's why they think that this alliance won't be enough to trip the Stalin government.
Good evening, Rahul. Tamil Nadu is predominantly a swing door policy state, like everybody knows it. Our leader Amma broke that after 32 years in 2016. 2021, we had sought the mandate for the third consecutive time, which has never happened since independence in Tamil Nadu, barring our founder MGR from 77 to 87. With that on hand, the third time when we sought the mandate with BJP as an ally, the 2019 Lok Sabha numbers percentage were 18% for AIADMK alone, wherein we zoomed to 33% in 2021 with BJP as an ally, bagging 75 MLAs as the strongest opposition. Unlike the history of DMK, where in 2011, in just 5 years of rule, they lost the status quo as an opposition leader. So Tamil Nadu, the behaviors of voters with respect to Lok Sabha parliamentary election is different, assembly is different. See, the writing on the wall is very clear. The dynast rule which is happening in the name of democracy has to be shown the door. This is not our mandate alone. It is the talk of the town amongst the people. The tall promises made by DMK and the failures and the rampant corruption and the status quo of law and order, which is in shambles, and the misgovernance, mismanagement, all will take a big toll in DMK's fortunes. And mind you, Rahul, I don't want to take credit on the survey now. Why? Because before even we could start firing our cannons, if this is what the paradigm shift in the attitude of the people who had voted in this survey, look at what will happen to DMK and its ally once we start firing our cannons, which is going to start another 2 months' time.
No, what cannons do you have?
Scrambling for a narrative.
What cannons do you have?
But we have not fired enough. That's what the lesson is.
Sudhir, does the AIADMK alliance, is Amit Shah and the BJP their big gun, or do they have cannons locally?
See, obviously the entire campaign of the NDA is going to be based on the agenda, the talk of corruption against the DMK-led government in Tamil Nadu for the last 4+ years. That's going to be the basic premise, because the DMK government is trying to make it an us versus them. I'm pretty much borrowing from NTR's slogan of Telugu Atma Gauravam in 1982-83. The DMK-led government of MK Stalin is pretty much trying to do the same, of making it us versus them. So what you will hear from the DMK is the talk of Tamil identity, Tamil self-respect, Tamil language. That's what is going to be the focus on, and that is what the NDA will have to counter, because that's going to be the weak point as far as the BJP is concerned. And the AIADMK also would not want to come across as a party which is playing second fiddle to the BJP, especially on these issues. So they will have to keep the focus on corruption. They will have to keep the focus on law and order. And that's what the NDA would really hope to do over the next 11 months in the run-up to the elections.
Okay.